All right, so this is going to really be hopefully quick. It's going to be the last video for this week. And what we're going to be doing is when you click Start Game, you select a character. What I'd like is inside of this level, we have a spawn point that it will create in a little square, and we'll load the character standing on that spawn point. So let me go back into level 01 really quick, and let me go ahead and delete these three out, and I'm going to show you how to make those. So for reference, I just need to place a starting point where my character is going to stand. So I'm going to go to 2D objects, sprites, and then square. And really, I'm just going to place this here. I'm going to hit T, and I'm going to give myself like a little bit of a long walkway for my character to stand on. Then on top of that, I want just an empty spawn point. And this spawn point is, let me go ahead and reset this. And let's make that P capital. This is going to be where I want the character to start in my game. So let's do spawn point like that, and let's just drag a spawn point. Well, we have the spawn point in our level, and it's set at 0. If I hit W here, I'm going to move this down here, and I'm just going to place it right on top of that there. If it's hard for you to see, you can click this little thing and toggle on this blue icon, and that'll give you something to look at. So we want him to spawn, our character to spawn right in the center there. And the next thing is I want to create a empty game object, and I'm going to just call this level, level manager. And inside of our scripts here, let's go ahead and make a level manager, create C# script, level manager underscore CSS script. And on my level manager here, I'm just going to grab this level manager script. I'm going to drop it right on top of there. And let me go ahead and pause the video, and I'll dock my script next to my level manager here. All right, let's start off by grabbing the transform information of our spawn point so we can load in our game. So I'm going to do public and transform. And why is it? Oh, it's because it's a capital P. It should be lowercase. Transform. Geez, I am reaching the end of my typing ability for the day, and I'm just going to call this spawn point. Save that, and then let's go back to our scene, select our level manager, and drag that spawn point in there. So now we have a reference to that. The next thing I'm going to do is I want to create a variable. Let's just reuse our update here. Just call this spawn character. And because this level manager, when we click it, when we go to our, we start off in level 1, right? And we click it. This level manager is just sitting here. It's already in the scene for us managing the level. I can just throw in my start menu here, and I could say, okay, we're going to spawn our character. And then what I'd like to do is I'd like to instantiate that character. Now there's 3 parameters when you're instantiating something. Like the object, the position, and how you want the rotation to be. Okay. So I know that the object I want is located inside of Game Manager CSS. So I'm going to grab that script name. And I'm going to say, okay, the object I want is Game Manager CSS. And I'm going to use instance. Remember, instance is used to access anything in the script. And I want to grab the selected character that we loaded in. So dot selected character. So that's going to give it to us. Now I want spawn point. And let's delete the word position here, even though we're going to add it in a second. Dot position. Now, what I'm going to use is, we could do rotation, but what's a little bit better is the quaternity identity. It's going to give us a little bit smoother results. Okay, so that's really it. So let's go to level CSS main. Let's save this. And let's press play. And it looks like we have an error in my code here where I forgot the semicolon at the end here. Thanks for catching that, Unity. Let that load up. Now when I press play, I hit start game and I select Sally, she's there. I select Theo, he's there. I select TJ, and he pops in too. So that's pretty good. I mean, there's a couple ways that we could clean up this code. We can do a find in there to find the actual object instead of having to, let's go in here. Like instead of having to make an empty game object in our level manager and drag it in, we can find the object in the scene, which we've covered in previous tutorials. I just like to keep the tutorials light and clean because as we, like games get bigger and they get more complex, and then you can always go back and refactor and add code. But we're just trying to prototype or design this out while we can. So you literally just created a character customization system. What we're going to do next week's lecture is we're going to work on more game mechanics, like the character moving, a camera that follows the character, and all that other stuff. I hope you enjoyed all these lessons, and yeah, I look forward to talking to you next week.